everybody, it's Crystal again. So I just want to come back and talk to y'all about ESTP female stuff or ESTP stuff in general. So ESTP stands for extroverted sensing, thinking, perceiving. We lead with extroverted sensing, so that's like sight, smell, taste, balance, temperature, tones, etc. It goes on and on. Second function is introverted thinking, so that's like logic, analyzing data, problem solving. That's our parent function. And so if we compare that with our extroverted sensing and our introverted thinking, and then we'll get to the third function, which is extroverted feeling. But if you can just throw that introverted thinking in there, you're doing well. But sometimes it's easy to bypass. So it can be, like when you're making decisions. But also I feel like introverted thinking is not like through experts or what the news says or anything like that. It's like the best way I can explain it is like it's through our own minds, like our own logic. Like we'll never get caught in an echo chamber. I feel like it just won't happen because of introverted thinking. Then the third function is extroverted feeling, which is how the group feels. I want the group to have a great experience. I want everyone to be happy. I want everyone to feel good. I want everyone to be comfortable. So if we compare that with our extroverted sensing, introverted thinking, extroverted feeling, that's great. Sometimes we can bypass that introverted thinking and get caught in an extroverted sensing, extroverted feeling loop. And that's what I was talking about in my other video where I was like, oh, going out for one drink with the girls. And then by the end of the night, I'm like, I can't go home. Not going home. I'm having too much fun. I'm bypassing that introverted thinking, not using my logic. And then our fourth function, which is also called like our 3-year-old function, is introverted intuition. We supposedly use this subconsciously, but I struggle with this. I think you have to be very purposeful with this because it's kind of like knowing patterns of yourself, knowing your path. It's something that we aspire to do, but it's also our Achilles heel because we struggle with it. But it is there. And then there are 8 functions in the cognitive stack. My trickster function is introverted feeling. I talked about that in my last video. It is very hard to know how I feel about things. Sometimes I just feel fine. Like I'm optimistic. I don't feel anything. Like I'm cool. So I'm like, am I actually feeling something and I don't realize it? I'm not sure. Any of you that have introverted feeling as your trickster function, let me know what you do or think or how you feel about things. Like I said, the one emotion that I usually will allow myself to show is anger, but it's very hard to get me there. Very hard to get me there. I do, I do enjoy sometimes risk-taking behaviors. That is an ESTP thing. It's a little bit of an adrenaline rush, and I have been known to do that. Also, sorry, I just lost my train of thought, totally. I am not used to doing these videos, so forgive the ums and ahs and the loss of my train of thought, please. I feel like we can be very charming. Sometimes we can sort of be very in tune with people and pick up on what they like or need. We notice the slightest changes in like someone's mood, their body movement, their tone, their voice, what they say. We're very in tune with that. And also with the extroverted feeling being like the third function, the 10-year-old function, sometimes I know I can get a little paranoid because I'm saying things that are sort of like a faux pas sometimes. And then I can notice it in people. And I just want everyone to feel good and have a good time. But we can be very charming and we can be chameleons. I can blend in with almost anyone. I can have fun with almost anyone. My closest friends are who I'm myself with, who I feel like I can say whatever I want, do whatever I want, and there's no judgment. With other people that I don't know, I really have to get a feel for it and just kind of blend in, if that is needed. So let's see. I just wrote down a few things because I was like, I would just lose my train of thought too much. So my dream car, this is just me personally. My dream car is like a 93 or 94 Bronco, white Bronco, like O.J. Simpson style. I would love to have one of those. Love, love, love. My husband says it's a money pit, so I haven't found one yet. I'm gonna keep looking though. I'm gonna try to get one. And I do miss those 2-door Tahoes they used to make. Those were really cool. Like I felt like guys that drove those, they looked really cool. Girls that would drive those would look really cool. I can be very girly, which is funny because everyone I think assumes that ESTP females are not very girly, but I'm very into clothing, style, shopping, girly things, makeup, all the the girly things I love. Pink is my favorite color. My favorite movie is Predator, like the first Predator with Arnold Schwarzenegger. That is like the best movie. It's the coolest movie, man. I love it. Let's see. So my favorite podcast to listen to is Serialistly and Tend to Laugh by Annie Elise. So shout out Annie Elise. Her podcast is amazing if you love true crime. I always want to solve it. I always want to solve the problem or solve the mystery. Favorite drink is Blue Powerade. I'm not going to comment on the alcohol. Okay, I'll go ahead and say my favorite alcoholic drink is like vodka and water with lemon. Sounds gross, really good. You can't even taste vodka. Let's see. Craziest thing I've ever done. I can't tell that on here, but there's plenty. Let's see. I can't read my own writing. Oh yeah, okay. So my best friend says like I can walk into a wall and just be fine. Like something can happen to me and I just bounce right back. And I feel like that is true, but I feel like that's because introverted feelings not high up on my cognitive stack. So I'm just like I bounce back quickly. I have never had test anxiety. I can go in there, I can barely study. I have great test taking skills for some reason, and just go in my intuition. I'm like always get the first answer, and I usually make a great grade. Like without hardly studying, which in nursing school now I had to study, but I still did pretty good on the test because I could tune into context clues and stuff like that. Anyway, let's see, is there anything else? I hate checking the mail, I hate opening mail. It's just something I don't like to do, I don't know why. The car that I drive now is a white Jeep Cherokee. I love it, I do love it. And so the next talk I want to have is about how do you find your moral compass as an ESTP, because introverted feeling is so low. So that'll be our next talk. I hope everyone has a great day. Just wanted to go over a few things, and I'll see you later. Thanks for watching.